It's a special day, everyone. A really special day. You might think I'm exaggerating. Absolutely not. Today, we're playing Sunderland for the first time as Newcastle manager. Of course, Sunderland, for those who don't know, are fierce local rivals to Newcastle, a side who, well, in this universe, sit in the Championship. We should be beating them. It's the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Today is a question of not if we will beat them, but by how many will we beat them. I'm excited to get into it. Let's do this. Now, I will confess that if we now go on to lose the first game of the two matches we have, it's going to be a little bit embarrassing. But we are taking on Sunderland. This is a game on Boxing Day. It was the game that would have been Man City until Man City's game got moved out. The other game that we've got today is away from home against Liverpool, a Liverpool team who trail us in the league at the halfway point in the season. You can see here, they have 42 points. We are sat on 48 and still unbeaten with only 9 goals conceded. We've been absolutely superb. And as you can tell from the league table, a lot's happened in terms of games since you were last here. So let's cover those now. So of course, last episode we took on both Barcelona and Manchester United. 2 tricky games. We came through those with 2 fairly convincing wins. And over the last 2 months, we've continued on that trend. Wins against Leeds United and Cardiff in the Carabao Cup sealed the end of November, an unbeaten month. A month where we won all 6 of the matches we played. In our very next game against Everton, we drew 1-1, and in the end, actually, it was Davies who had to rescue us a point in this one. We've not slipped up too much this year. This was one of the times where we did slip up. And to be honest, Everton were pretty good in this game. Give them some credit. They caused us issues. And you know what? We'll watch the goal that Davies scored. He's not going to score that many this year from left back. But of course, with our wing backs, they get high up the pitch. They get into the box. Sesko nodded it down. Davies squeezed it in at the near post. Would have liked us to go on the attack a little bit more and try and get the winner, but we remain unbeaten. I guess that's good, right? Anyway, following on from that, we took on Barcelona and we beat them 3-0. Adeyemi got a hat-trick in this game. Of course, we scored 3 goals against them away from home. Nice to keep a clean sheet on this occasion. Following on from that, a really, really big win came against Chelsea. Chelsea, by the way, at this point, was second in the league. And in this game, it was King Kai haunting them. The former man, Kai Havertz, getting both goals for us. The first, really good run to get into the box. Davies with the assist at left back. Not long after that, we scored a really nice goal. Havertz got the ball, brought it forward, squeezed it in at the near post. Mendy had no chance. And despite a late Timo Werner goal to kind of get them back into the game as we looked to complete the route, we managed to hold on. And, well, this was actually a really good finish. That was probably the best goal of the game by Timo Werner. Unfortunately, it didn't inspire a comeback. This was a good win. We deserved the win on the balance of play. Very happy with this one. After that match, 3 further clean sheets to end November. Tottenham, a 2-0 win away from home. Against Young Boys, a rotated team won 4-0. And then we beat Wolves 4-0. Again, Kai Havertz grabbing another brace. This man has really come into his own. Of course, we've switched to playing him as an advanced playmaker on attack this year. We've got a rotated 11 for today's game, hence the fact he's not there right now. But he's been just top draw. 10 goals in the Premier League in 17 games is a really impressive return. Maybe not getting quite as many assists as I would like, but I'm not going to let that bother me. He is filling the boots of Musiala just perfectly. So into the month of December, we moved and we kicked things off with a 4-2 win against Bournemouth. The only time this year we've conceded more than 1 goal in the league in a match. Yeah, Bournemouth made it surprisingly tough. Give them some credit. And then, well, Norwich went and made it even tougher. The fixture congestion, a factor here, rotating the team constantly. In this match, we didn't play a weakened team. Sesko got us an early goal. Unfortunately for us, Christian Pavon, last kick of the game, got Norwich a share of the spoils. Yeah, Norwich have been a very good team in this save game. On this occasion, we didn't deserve to draw against them, but we have to deal with it. They knocked it around nicely. It was a good finish. Ramsdale, I don't think, can take the blame for that one. And, yeah, a draw at Carrow Road. I feel a little bit sick. Following on from that, though, 4 wins in a row. In the last of the Champions League group stage games, we beat Hertha Berlin. We had already guaranteed top spot in the group, but we finished it with a 100% record, which is always good to see. Barcelona did end up finishing second, despite our dismantling of them on 2 occasions. And then most recently in the league, we've gone on a crazy run of form. 6-0 against Brentford, 5-0 against West Ham, 3-0 against Sheffield United. Calvert-Lewin scoring goals for fun in all of these. He started the season off slowly. He's suddenly got 10 goals in the league and is looking quite good. And with all those results, as you've already seen, we are top of the league. We are 6 points clear. In the Champions League knockout stages, we've been drawn against AC Milan. We take them on in exactly 2 months' time. And of course, we are still in the FA Cup. And today, well, the initial focus is on the Carabao Cup quarter-final, where we've been drawn against Sunderland. A Sunderland team who, of course, are our big rivals. They've got an okay squad. They're currently 12th in the Championship. They're doing fine. As outlined in the intro, we should be beating them comfortably today. If we slip up against them, I am going to feel very embarrassed. I know to some Newcastle fans, this is bigger than any cup final we've played before. We have to beat them. But before we get into the game, I feel like it's worth just doing a little update on a couple of players, including Mascarenas. You know this guy? Remember him? He was 15 and he was playing for Porto, and we signed him, I think a year ago? It was a while ago now. It might have been a year and a half ago. I think he was 15 when we signed him. I've lost track. Either way, he doesn't join the club for another year or... year? Joining the... year. He joins us in a year. The date, 2026, when we're in 2024. Threw me off, but he does join us in a year. He's now declared for Cape Verde. I mean, he should be getting a crazy number of caps for them. Just an insane deep line playmaker. He's 17 years old, maybe not developed quite as much as I would like, but I'm still a pretty big fan. In fact, we signed him so long ago, the scout report has expired. And the other man we've agreed to sign, who I don't think we've talked about before, is Idrissi, who we have agreed to sign at the end of his contract from Nancy. He's actually going to join us next week, which is exciting. He's a free transfer. You can see here he's only ever played for their second team. Bit of a punt, low risk deal. Our scouts had him down as a C- with not a lot of potential. Look, we signed him on a free. Look, Newcastle like to sign French players. I'm just keeping that trend going. I'll level with you. He looked a lot better when I previously looked at him. Now that I look at him with him about to join us, he looks very average, Idrissi. But look, my transfer business is flawless. Let's not question it. Anyway, for today's game against Sunderland, we're going to rotate things around just a little bit. A chance for some slightly less household names to make appearances. Livakovic is going to be in goal today. Zakaria is going to play at right centre-back. This year, he has definitely fallen down the pecking order, just with the quality of player we've managed to bring in this season. At centre-back, we are going to go with Johansson, the young Dane who has continued to play for the Danish national team setup. I'm trying to give him minutes here and there, and with his absolutely crazy jumping reach, he's proving a little bit of a weapon from set pieces. So, yeah, for £1.5 million, he's looking like money well spent. Arian B is going to come in and play left centre-back for us today. At left-back, it's going to be I think a live-com debut for Harwood. Maybe he's played in a live com before. Either way, it's a big occasion for him. He's played the odd game here and there for us. He made his Premier League debut, but a chance for him to show us what he's all about here. And Babu comes in at right wing back. In the centre of the midfield, it's Godfrey and Tolisso. At centre attacking mid, Thiago Almada takes Kai Havertz's spot as we continue to rotate the team. With us playing Liverpool, who are second in the league, in 2 days' time. We've got to manage the squad at this moment in time. And up top, Gabriel Barbosa is going to play. He is still at the club. He is kind of fourth choice striker at this point. He's quite content with his space in the squad and the amount of football he's getting, so I'm not too concerned. Alongside him, though, a definite live-com debut for Jonathan Villagra. We signed this guy last year. You might remember it was £12.5 million last January, and we loaned him back to River. He's been in our first team, kind of training away, playing with the youth team this year. He's got 34 goals in 27 games for the under-18s. I'm hoping he's going to do similar stuff for us today against Sunderland. He's quick. He can finish. He looks pretty good. Let's see how he gets on. Now, you may have also noticed, I'm playing the 5 at the back system again. Last year, I alternated it with a 4-3-3 because I felt like the previous year, 2 years ago, we didn't really break down teams enough. I've not found that we've had that problem with the 5 at the back system this year. As a result, I've not pivoted to the alternative system at all, I don't think. Generally speaking, this has been a really free-flowing attacking system. I think with just better quality everywhere, we've looked way better with it. What I will say is, we look really bad here, and 40 minutes into the game, having been perhaps second best throughout, despite having more of the ball, we finally have a highlight. Almada plays it through to Villagra, who can't quite get there. It's going to be lumped upfield the other way. Johansson to Arian B, who's on booking, so he's going to have to be careful. I was hoping that this game would be a bit of a blowout and just a nice chilled out game for our second team. It's 0-0 after 40 minutes. At what point do I start to panic and feel like I've made a mistake? I mean, hopefully it won't come to that. Hopefully we can get a goal before half-time here. Godfrey, Almada to Villagra. Plays it to Zakaria at right centre-back. He's going to bring it forward and put it into the middle for Gabby, and he should score it. He will score it. A rare sight to see Gabby scoring in Newcastle colours in recent years, at least in an episode. He's done it right there. We take the lead. It was a lovely finish by the Brazilian international. The build-up play was not too bad. I thought Zakaria was going to go wide to Mbabu here, but he brings the ball forward out of defence and then just puts in a great searching pass. Gabby latches on the end of it, goes around the keeper, tucks it away. Absolutely no nonsense. I think I'm still going to shout at the players at half-time, even if it's 1-0, and it might not even be 1-0 because they are launching long throws into the penalty area. Are we playing Sunderland or Stoke here? Williams puts in. Guidetti heads it just wide of the post. That is a warning shot in our direction. At the break, we are 1-0 up with a worse XG and only one shot on target. I'm telling the players I'm far from happy. I won't throw a water bottle, but yeah, I'm not content with what I've seen from us here. We've looked very average. That's probably being generous. Let's see if we can step it up a gear in the second half. Harwood, of course, the former Copenhagen youngster, who was breaking into the England national team setup at under 21 level. We've snapped him up. He's been playing the odd minute here and there, and Almada has gone down for the penalty. It's been given. There is no VAR in this competition. And now we have a chance from the penalty spot, and it's going to be Gabby over it. I mean, he has 20 penalty taking, so he has to score. He does score despite the keeper going the right way. And we have a second goal against Sunderland. I felt like we had to live-com this game against the old enemy. Shine a spotlight on some of our squad players you don't get to see in kind of regular episodes, for lack of a better word. But yeah, we are looking good here now. 2 goals up. Honestly, pretty much against the run of play, but I don't give a Scooby-Doo. A win is a win. The best teams can win even when they play badly, and even when it's like their youth team playing. Anyway, Johansson has absolutely no pressure here. He's just going on a waltz. Now bringing the ball out of defence, gives it to Arian B. Harwood, a little bit of space ahead of him, perhaps to run into the wing-back. Gives it to Gabby, who, of course, is now on a hat-trick. He gives it back to Harwood, Taliso, Arian B. Lovely build-up play here. Almada hits it just over the bar. The passing leading up to that really deserved a goal. I'm just weighing up if I actually want to make any subs in this game, and I actually kind of feel like I don't want to. I stacked the bench. I put a very good bench at our disposal, but with us having to play Liverpool in 2 days' time, giving any of these players an unnecessary 30 minutes just feels like a bit of a waste. I don't want to risk injuries. I don't want to risk them, picking up knocks or just getting a bit worn down considering there's less than 48 hours until our next match against Liverpool. So hopefully we're not going to regret not making any subs, but it's a conscious decision today. Bello puts in. Kamar Roof is that. It is Kamar Roof. At the back post. Makes it 2-1. Do I start to panic yet? Would it be immoral as the better team, as the more expensive team certainly, to start to time waste here at 2-1? I'm considering it. George Bello sticks it up at the back sticks. Kamar Roof heads it in. Could Livakovic have done better? Could Harwood have done better? Probably yes is the answer to both of those. I'm going to switch to positive, and I'm also going to switch to time wasting frequently. I just want us to kill off this game with no drama. I will say they've got a few household names. I look at players like Rennie Adelaide in their team, of course, former Arsenal man. I think he's currently playing in France. They've got some pretty good players, this Sunderland team. I should not really be underestimating them. I mean, compared to Jude Bellingham, Rennie Adelaide probably isn't quite as good, but not a bad player. Villagra, can he get there? He does get there, goes round the keeper, tucks it away. I don't know how that got past the keeper. I guess he just got a toe on it, but it almost looked like the keeper parried it wide in 3D. And, we can relax, everyone. The 2-goal lead is reinstated. Really, really nice goal by Villagra. Yeah, just gets a toe on it ahead of the goalkeeper. Takes it around him. I thought the angle might have been against him there, but he's managed to squeeze it in. He's Naruto running for his celebration. And we will still just start to time waste and go positive. And well, if I was hoping that the game was just going to be killed off with that change, it might not be. There's another highlight. I mean, if it's us getting a fourth, it's great for the fans. Almada, Villagra, using his pace to get him behind again on this occasion. Doesn't go round the goalkeeper, hits it straight at him. Good little stop. Sunderland, at least for now, remain in this game. If they want to make a late comeback, it's got to start now. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's not going to start now. There is, 90 seconds plus added time here. Sunderland 2 goals behind. They need a sensational turnaround. I mean, Kamaru already has one. Oh my, Liverkovic, that's why Ramsdale got signed. Because I knew that this could happen. Oh no, Liverkovic. The Liverkovic fan club are in shambles. If you've been anti-Ramsdale for the last couple of episodes, you're gonna... Well, I mean, they can't score another, can they? It's going to be fine. Everyone remain calm. It was never in doubt, right? Right. Look, we've made it through. Barbosa got man of the match. 2 goals to his name. A good win. Not sure about the goalkeeping by Liverkovic, but ultimately, we've dispatched of Sunderland, albeit slightly unconvincingly. We're into the Carabao Cup semi-final. We've beaten our local rivals the first time that we've played them during our leadership reign here at the club. And with a rotated 11 playing that one, we are ready now for the main course of today's episode. We're taking on Liverpool away from home. It's in the Premier League. If we win it, we can pull even further ahead at the top of the table. Let's see if we can keep this unbeaten run going, shall we? Okay, folks, we are back. Game number 2, taking on Liverpool. I was just looking at our previous meetings with Liverpool. We've done quite well, haven't we? I didn't realise that our head-to-head record was quite this good against them. In fact, the only time we've lost against them in 10 meetings since I took charge was when we lost 5-0 last year, which is probably why it feels like we never do well against them. A defeat like that kind of sticks with you. But besides that, we've been very, very good. Of course, we beat them in the Champions League and the Community Shield in the last 12 months. Besides that, we beat them in the FA Cup quarter-final, and even during our very early years, we did quite well to get draws against them. So, according to this, I should be confident going into this game. I thought it'd be nice just before we hop into the game, just to have a look at the player stats and such at the halfway point in the year, and really appreciate the fact that Adeyemi, Calvert-Lewin and Kai Havertz just have a silly number of goals between them all. You know, whilst the likes of Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, they can all be merry one-man bands with players averaging over a goal a game. I will happily take 3 players that we rely on for goals. And similarly, when it comes to the assists, I'm happy to see Luca Dini up there. I'm also happy to see Alphonso Davies right up there. Of course, he's had his fair share of injuries this year. In fact, he's played 9 games for us and got 6 assists. So when he plays, he gets funky, he gets his funk on, and he does very, very well for us from a creative point of view. Elsewhere, just looking at assists in all competitions, I mean, Luca Dean is just crazy with the set pieces, to be honest. This year, we have played him at centre-back, at left-back. He's played a whole host of positions. It's perhaps worth remembering the games that I'm playing him in very often are games where we're playing against weaker opposition, so he should get more assists. But elsewhere, Havertz has been great. Bellingham has gone a little bit under the radar. He's been in some very good form as of late. Hopefully we're going to see more of that form from him today. And of course, Adeyemi leading the way with goals in all competitions with 22. But even the likes of Sesko and Fofana chipping in with a few. Barbosa now with 5 after his brace against Sunderland. We're not a one-man band, as I said earlier when we were looking at the goal scorers. This is a team that is doing very well and at the moment remains unbeaten. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to say that in about 10 minutes' time. Anyway, looking at the team for today's game, full strength side, Ramsdale in goal, Fofana, Tomori, Gvardiol, Davies at left back, Livramento at right back, centre mids of Rice and Bellingham, Havertz playing centre attack in mid where he has really started to shine, and up top it's Calvert-Lewin and Adeyemi. On the bench, lots of options, lots of quality. Hopefully we're not going to be relying on the bench to turn the tide of this game. This is a game that I think with our current starting 11, we should be winning, even if their team is a little bit scary. You can see their team. They've got Fabinho playing at centre-back alongside Sula for this game. I wonder, is Van Dijk injured? Let's go find out. Oh, okay, so Van Dijk needed a rest and Trent is suspended. So, Liverpool, a little bit weak at the back. We should hopefully be able to capitalise on that with our players. I have faith in them all to make a difference. Look at this sea of green. Even the bench are motivated. That's how good at team talks I am. Anyway, it's at Anfield. It's going to be tough. They are playing a 4-3-3. I'm feeling quietly confident. They've got a regen in their team. We have to see if he's any good. He's not bad. He's not as good as Jude Bellingham, is he? That's probably not a fair comparison, to be fair. 20 minutes into this game, finally we have a highlight. Kind of in terms of opportunities created, we've had all the shots in this game, slightly edging out possession, but of course none of that matters. We have to actually score. I'm hoping that here, maybe we're going to be able to craft out an opportunity. Davies with it, gives it back to Gvardiol, playing left centre-back. He's going to go inside Shirley to Tamori. Maybe we switch the play here and look to build down the other wing. Or maybe Kai Havertz picks out a pass like that, and that really should have been a goal. Adeyemi needs to hit the target there. Couldn't squeeze it in, but one pass by Kai Havertz just cut their defence open. Maybe some defending needed here as Gvardiol gets it away. Calvert-Lewin, you'd back to win the ball in the air in that kind of situation. He did win it. Unfortunately, no one there to get on the second ball. And now, well, it'd be very on brand, wouldn't it, if the Argentine regen, Masiko, who I've just criticised, was the one to get the goal. As it stands, though, it's Curtis Jones on the far side. Thought for a second that was our player, but no, it's the referee. He's kind of cosplaying as a Newcastle player. Mane's on the ball. Thierry Randall. Mane bringing it forward. Back to Randall on this near side. Are they going to get the ball into the box? They are. Rafa Leao hits it. Ramsdale makes a crazy save. But unfortunately, we couldn't deal with the second ball. And it's two Liverpool youngsters in Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones linking up. And really with their first opportunities on target of the game, Liverpool take the lead. Randall whips it in. Great save by Ramsdale, unfortunately. When it fell to Harvey Elliott there, I don't think you can really expect the goalkeeper to make a stop. And with that, Liverpool take the lead against the run of play. We're going to get shouty. Since they scored, Liverpool have slightly swung the balance of play, but a goal here for us could be a bit of a sucker punch. Alphonso Davies bringing it forward. His effort was blocked by Fabinho. And Liverpool living life on the edge, looking to defend a lead going into the half-time break. And while they could maybe double it here. Corner whipped in. It's cleared away, though. I mean, could we spring a counter-attack here? Livramento to Wesley Fofana, who's been a little bit quiet in our last few games. There was a point this season where he just seemed to score or assist every game. That phase is kind of over for Fofana, and, well, he might need to focus on his defending here because they're bringing the ball forward once more. We've already been carved out once by Randall's balls into the box, and he puts another one in. It's hit the woodwork after a save. It's blocked again. We are just throwing bodies in front of it. And Rafa Leao hits his effort over the crossbar. Liverpool could, probably should, be 2 goals up in this game. But at the break, we are holding on for dear life. We started the game the better of the two teams. I'm throwing a water bottle. You've been terrible. I have still got faith in you to turn it around. I think the net benefit this team took was positive. A few players weren't happy about the water bottle being thrown, but I think it was necessary. Anyway, a minute into this second half, we're straight into another highlight. Bellingham with the ball, now to Tamori, who is, of course, rocking that captain's armband, the heart of our defence. Adeyemi, down to Calvert-Lewin. Lovely build-up play, and he has to finish that. He just has to score that opportunity, doesn't he? Oh, the Calvert-Lewin of last year eats that up for breakfast. On this occasion, he spilt the bowl on the floor. The milk's getting soaked into the carpet. And we're still a goal down. Not overly happy with our performance this game. I think I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to take off Livramento and bring in Mbabu at right back. Elsewhere, Adeyemi's been poor today. I'm going to bring in Sesko, and with a slightly more physical presence up the pitch, I want us just to get the ball up the pitch a little bit quicker and be more direct in our passing. Maybe surrendering a little bit of the possession that we like to have in favour of just getting it to our 2 beefy physical forwards. 23 minutes left. I mean, away from home against Anfield is always tough. We need some kind of response. Havertz has been poor in this game. I'm going to take him off and bring in Almada with our final change. I feel like Almada's been a very useful super sub this year. Bit disappointing for Havertz because he's been in some good form, but let's see if the subs can work out in our favour. Almada, the kind of player who's capable of just being a man to bring a moment of quality to a game. Davies whips it in. Sesko on off the bench, bringing him on to do exactly that. Unfortunately, his header goes over the crossbar. We've had the chances in this game to win this match. Never mind draw level. And we have just squandered them. And suddenly, it's all about hitting early crosses and trying to get the ball forward even quicker here for the remaining 5 minutes. We desperately need a goal. Alisson Becker going to play it out from the back. A highlight for Liverpool here, or at least they're in possession to start the highlight. Rendell plays it down to Harvey Elliott, who skips past his man, no problemo. He's going to play it to Rafa Leao, who hits it on the volley. Just over the bar. That was a crazy technique on that finish. Straight into another highlight, though. Gvardiol, I think, attempted a quick free kick there. It was a little off target. Have another go. Gives it to Sesko, back across. Calvert-Lewin has headed it off target again. And there's another highlight. There's 2 minutes left here. We have gone for them in these last few minutes, but we just can't seem to hit the target. The chances have been there. Sesko, Calvert-Lewin, tries to pick out Sesko. Burst of pace, gets there ahead of his man. And Babu, on off the bench, plays it to Jude Bellingham, who scores his first goal in Newcastle colours. And we will take that with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. I'm tempted to stay on very attacking and try and get another one in what remains here. I thought this pass by Calvert-Lewin was overhit, but Sesko worked so hard to get there. And Babu, in support, plays it to Bellingham, who arrives late in the box unmarked. He scores the header. The unbeaten record for now remains protected, and that is going to be all she wrote for this game. Not the most convincing of performances. On another day, I think we win that by a couple of goals, but our finishing really let us down. In that second half, Liverpool had 3 shots total. They really did nothing. The change in personnel worked, the team talk worked. Unfortunately, our strikers didn't work. I guess if you want to look at the positives, we maintain a 6-point gap at the top of the table and superior goal difference. At the halfway point, we are unbeaten, avoiding defeat in probably the hardest game of the year against the reigning champions away from home. I think we can take plenty of positives from that. But anyway, that's going to wrap up everything from us today. In terms of the transfer window that is upcoming, there's some money to spend. I might ask for some more wage budget, but I'm not really expecting it to be given. I'm not really sure where we would strengthen the team anyway. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot all in all. As I said, there's lots of kind of individuals performing, but it's not like we're relying on any one person, it feels like, which is a great position to be in. In terms of when we're going to be back next time, I mentioned the Champions League games against Milan, and the first of those is in February. That is a little way away. There's also a Carabao Cup possible final to contend with. We might come back at the end of January for the game against Man City, depending on the lay of the land. If there's crazy stuff going on deadline day, maybe that could be a fun time to return for. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. As always, if you did, make sure to drop a like on it. We've been dropping a few other videos during the week, so if you've not been watching those and you're just here for Newcastle, maybe go check out some of the other content on the channel. I promise it's worth your time. It's been a good laugh. And yeah, that's going to be all from me today. Thank you for watching, as always. I'll see you tomorrow for more. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.